Well, I've had a whole bunch of people ask me, PVG, what's the state of Cyberpunk 2077 3 years later? And the only thing I can really say to all of those people asking me, well, it's definitely Bethesda inspired. There are a lot of glitches, a lot of strange things like this. And as we're playing the game, I want to make it perfectly clear, even with all the glitches, 3 years later, it's actually a fun game. I'm actually having a lot of fun playing this now. 3 years ago, I didn't. And I think it was because it was very unplayable, very unpolished. But now as I'm playing this, and I'm enjoying the little tiny things of the game, I gotta say, it has surprised me in many, many different ways. More so than I thought, honestly. There are some nuances that are interesting. There are some design choices that were very interesting. And then there's a mission that I'm going to talk about that is very interesting, and it's going to be towards the end of the video. So if you want to skip ahead, please do to about 10 minutes before the video ends. There's a mission on there where you literally are crucifying a person onto a cross. And I uploaded the uncommentary version of it just so people had it, so they could see the dialogue and what you do and all that other stuff. Now, I didn't include all the story in that particular recording. I just recorded the crucifixion part because I thought, wow, this is really messed up. But here is my review 3 years later on Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I'm not going to give it a star rating. I think star ratings are kind of pointless, you know, from a gaming perspective. But here's what I will say about 2077 Cyberpunk. The story is fantastic. It is very good, very well thought out. I've beaten the game once now. I'm currently working on a second time to beat it because there are a lot of quests that I have not played or have not gotten an opportunity to do. So I kind of want to see where it's going to go. And on my second playthrough, I've actually had, I think, more fun in this playthrough than I've actually had in the previous one. When I started the previous one, I started when the game first came out, and I stopped playing it because I got to a point where I was driving around and my car literally flew up through the air, went into a building, and I got stuck in the building. And I could not get my car nor my person out of the building. Like, I literally was stuck in the side of a building, and the save data, even if I tried going back, all my save data was pretty much the same thing. It was in being stuck in the building, and anytime I went to go load it, I still was stuck. Well, I finally figured out, you know, just recently how to get unstuck from the building and how to do that. And I was able to do that and able to actually continue the game where I left off, which it wasn't a whole lot. And I unlocked this particular trophy, and I love some of the new ideas and weapons that they came up with. Because some of the weapons are really brutal, and they are really, really cool. I like how they added katanas to this. I don't remember that in the original game. Maybe it was in the original game. Maybe I just didn't find one. But they have been really fun to actually use. This particular quest with Judy, I will say, is probably one of the most unique quests in the game.
Everything okay?
And I'm having fun doing this quest line. Now, I never got a chance to beat the quest the first time around because I actually went with Pan Am and asked her for help for the last mission. And you can actually do that. It's something that is kind of cool that they give you an option of asking certain people to help you with certain missions. And I actually like that aspect of it. Now, I'm not sure if it's every single character, if it's just a few characters that do that. But for me, it was really cool getting Pam Am to help me out with the last quest and being able to utilize the nomads, and that's what they are, being able to utilize them and talk to them, and you get all these different dialogues and things like that, and there's like this trust that is there, and you're constantly looking at the trust aspect of people. And then you get other quests that are really, really cool that allow you to, take a look at certain things. They allow you to go, okay, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to check out here. And the world in Cyberpunk 2077 is huge. It's massive. Is it Grand Theft Auto scale? No, it's not. It's maybe about, I'm going to say 20% less than Grand Theft Auto 5 scale. Maybe not even that. Maybe 10% less than Grand Theft Auto 5, because let's face facts. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a huge game in terms of exploration and checking out stuff. But what's interesting about Cyberpunk 2077 is that in GTA, you can't go into a lot of buildings. There are a lot of buildings that you cannot go into, no matter how badly you want to go into those buildings. You simply cannot. You can go into pretty much every building except for there are some buildings you can't go into. There are door codes in certain buildings, like over by the I'm not even trying to pronounce this, Alasaka. I think that's how you pronounce it. There's a door code there that is on the side. It's actually for a memorial that is on the side of the building. And you can go into this memorial, and it's got all these weird names on the actual building, and I thought it was kind of cool, unique. Never seen that before when I was playing my first playthrough of the game. And I got the door code. I figured it out. It was written somewhere. If you want to know what the door code is and you're listening to this, the door code is 2023. And I found that out. I was like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. There's like a memorial, and it kind of it kind of reminds me of a memorial that we have here on the planet. And it's cool the way that they did it, because they got all these names and they're all written down. And you don't know if it's the developers or if it's actually people that the developers knew that possibly passed away. That's one of the rumors going around. It's actually developer friends and family that unfortunately passed away during the making of the game, which is really cool that they did that. They actually implemented a memorial towards friends and family, if that's the case. But being able to put it all together and check out all the nuances and everything that's in the game, this game is well worth the money right now in 2023. It is for about $40, $30. I think I saw it on sale the other day for $22. If you can pick it up for $22, you know what? Glitches aside, it's a fun game. You guys are watching the gameplay that I took earlier today, and again, I haven't done every single mission. There's so many of them that are out there. There are a lot of different independent missions going around, but it is a lot of fun, and I recommend you play this game with the open mind and understand it does have some Bethesda quirks. And what I mean by Bethesda, there are glitches, there are things that happen during the game, and it's one of those things where you just have to just say, okay, reload, try to see if I can get the glitch to stop, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to allow more of the gameplay to go through I'm going to stop the commentary. I'm going to let you guys, watch quite a bit of footage that I took over the past couple days. And I just want you guys to take in the overall scenery of the game, the cars, the people, the way that, things are moving. And now, before you used to go like right through people, like people would disappear on the streets. That doesn't happen. If it does happen, it's very rare. Cars and motorcycles, they work really well now. Back in the day, you would hit something and then your car would fly 500 feet up in the air. Certain missions like this one, this was actually kind of funny. I was not expecting the type of mission that eventually happened here. I was expecting someone to come out. I got out of the car. I'm like, okay, am I just supposed to meet him? He's supposed to touch my car. And it said honk the horn, so I honked the horn. I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, maybe this is a trap. And then this dude gets into the car, as you could see, and I notice he's got a grenade on his face. And I'm thinking, oh great, this is a threat. He's getting into my car and he's going to blow me up if I don't do something for him. And I'm dead. And the game is going to basically kill me. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to abandon the car as soon as I get to the thing. And then, it's weird because, again, the cars, especially in the very beginning of Cyberpunk 2077, they really didn't respond very well. They were very glitchy. They've greatly improved them. The handling has greatly improved. I think the bikes are probably the most improved thing in the game, because the bikes before, you go to drive a bike, and you kind of felt like it was a feather, because you would literally out here. Drive at full speed with a bike, and your bike would literally fly up, almost like it was a plane in Grand Theft Auto 5. And I mean, you're going full speed, and all of a sudden you're flying. Now, with Cyberpunk 2077, that doesn't happen. You can go full speed, and you actually have gravity that actually is taking in for the Tiger Claws. Accommodations of the actual gravity. And I like the way that they did this, and I like how they presented certain missions with a little bit of flair and gusto. And I feel like with Cyberpunk 2077, they did what they did 3 years ago. They rushed a game. They did what, No Man's Sky did. Hello Games. They rushed the game out because they were hoping to get a lot of money very quickly. And instead of rushing the game, I think if they had released this game today, I think a lot more people would be playing Cyberpunk 2077. But the reason that a lot of people have kind of passed this by, and why I passed this by, is because the first iteration of Cyberpunk 2077 was not very good. It was pretty bad. It was a bad experience, and it just wasn't fun. It was really goofy. You kind of felt like the characters didn't really respond very well. But again, going through this mission that you guys are watching, I was kind of impressed. I was like, okay, is he gonna blow me up? While I'm in the car, does he rip the grenade off his face and then throw it at me? And then I was pleasantly surprised that my character V, which if you play the game, you play as a character called V. It is just the way that the story is. It's interesting that the way that they put it, and then your character gets out of the car here, and then it says you have to defeat all of the enemies, and I've gotten some pretty cool weapons. This is by far one of my favorite weapons. It's a machine gun, but I've added like this acidic acid to the bullets, and it doesn't hit every single time, but there are some times where the bullets will ricochet, as you can see, and they'll actually hit the person in different areas, and then it basically kills them. And sometimes you can get body parts to like fly off, and it's just so much fun to be able to pick up, you know, guns and things from your enemies and whatnot. And you know, asking him about why he's got a grenade on his face, it was kind of funny because I'm kind of like, okay, well, that really didn't explain how you got a grenade on your face, buddy. But
relax a bit. Okay.
This mission and several other missions were a lot of fun. The one from Pan Am is a blast. The one from Judy, a lot of fun. This one was a lot of fun. Then there's a politician mayor that he's trying to run for office. That was actually a lot of fun. And I think there's going to be a continuation of it. I don't remember getting as far as I've gotten with it, so I'll find out here in a couple days, I'm assuming. And I'm going to end the commentary on this particular mission so you guys can listen to the rest of the game. Now, I am going to provide commentary towards the end. So about, this is a 55-minute video. We're looking at probably about 50 minutes in. There's going to be more commentary. I just want to make that very clear. Again, if you're watching this particular video, I recommend Cyberpunk 2077 now. Back then I didn't, because I think it was just very poorly executed, and they've done a marvelous job trying to improve it. Again, there are glitches. I just want to make that perfectly clear. There are glitches that are really funny, but there are some glitches that are just really, really cool and really funny, and it is definitely a game that I think you should pick up if you can get it for 20 bucks. Pick it up. Get it for PS5 if you can. If you can't, get it for the system of your choice. But PS5 has a much smoother frame rate, and I'm playing this on 4K, and some of the colors and the ray tracing that they put into it is just simply incredible. And it looks damn good for being a game that came out 3 years ago. And they've done a marvelous job, like I said, improving it. You know, taking things out, putting things in, being able to skip dialogue lines, as you can see. It's just an overall fun experience. So, be back here in about 40 minutes or so to do some more commentary, and it'll finish up my review on Cyberpunk 2077. So I hope you guys will listen to the last part of the commentary. It is about the one mission that I did, and my thoughts and opinion on it. So, again, 50 minutes into the video. If you want to skip to there, that'll have the rest of my commentary. Thank you so much for watching.
I was thinking about swapping some chrome.
Alright, so I wanted to throw in one more little tiny note, so to speak, on this particular review. If you go to about 30 minutes in to the video here, which is about 12 minutes of this video, there's going to be a funny glitch that I'm going to talk about, and I actually am going to be uploading a very quick snip video for the people that want to watch the short version of the glitch. It's funny as heck. 30 minutes in, go check it out. It's really funny. I'm going to make some commentary on the actual glitch that I found, and it's just really, really cool the way that it kind of worked out and the circumstances for finding the glitch and how you find glitches and things like that in the game still. So again, about 30 minutes in, I go to about 29 minutes, honestly, and then just watch for 2 minutes to see the glitch and see how I came across it and while I was playing and all that kind of fun stuff. So just a little bit of an editor's note, so to speak. Thanks so much again for watching this review, and I hope I catch you in about 10 minutes and then again in about 20 minutes after that. So
got a few questions about Silverhand and this chip.
I'm no expert, but fire away. See what I can do.
Why am I reliving Johnny's memories?
You two share a brain now. He has access to your senses, perceptions, even some memories. Likewise, you've got a glimpse into his. After a while, you won't even know whose is whose.
How's Biz going?
Can't complain. Corporals learn to keep their distance, and Sokka's back hiring lone mercs. They all gotta have the newest, shiniest implants.
Good thing you got Misty here to help. Handles your griping well.
Yeah, renting out her shop's the best decision I ever made.
You know what? Seems like you're the only person in Night City who's happy with this lot.
You get to a certain age, you drop all your illusions. Life just gets easier from there.
Just received word on a breaking story. A Kang-Tao AV has crashed outside of Night City. The aircraft's thrusters were deactivated by sudden EMP discharge from a nearby damaged power station in Santo Domingo. The emergency landing attempt proved unsuccessful. The passengers who survived the crash landing were...
Interesting.
Fortunately, Kang-Tao's surviving security personnel managed to fend off the attack without suffering additional losses. The company has already announced a forceful response against the Nomad's camps. President Myers has released a statement on the flow of refugees from the Netherlands. Night City, expect the unexpected! Today's local news on N54. I'm Jillian Jordan. For the third consecutive year, CYBERPUNK has been powered by Night City's best benefits they offer, such as 5 paid vacation days a year, unlimited access to stimulant pharmaceuticals, and implant acquisition assistance. Were that not impressive enough, 34% of Militech employees have also been promised a retirement package. In other news, the NCPD welcomes a boost to its authority. As of today, the police may detain criminal suspects for up to 1 year without criminal prosecution. The Night cybernetic technology has been formally dissolved as a result of budget cuts. The office formerly responsible for implant certification will shutter its doors next Tuesday. The administrators of implant authorization are now the manufacturers. Thank you for joining us here at AIM. We'll see you next time. Violence continues to plague the Badlands. Along the 166, and 101. Eyewitness accounts point to inter-clan disputes. Attacks on unaffiliated persons has not exceeded the average. However, in an abundance of caution, the NCPD has raised the threat level to 2, advising travelers to avoid sidewalks. We'll continue to keep you informed as the situation develops. Not anymore. Experience Ice 16 new flavors and mix it up. It's us, Cracks!
Going in the
When's the next delivery?
2 days. Pick me up again.
I guess. They already know me there.
Time for a bloodbath!
Alright, so you've made it to the 30-minute, 29-minute mark. Okay, so I discovered this glitch. I was actually hiding from the cops during this glitch. And I was hiding from them because of the fact that I killed a whole bunch of gang members, as you could see probably in the previous section of the video. And the gang members are all over the place. The cops are actually asking you to kill people, but then if you kill too many people or too many people are around and you kill gang members, they come after you, which the cops in this game are hilariously funny. Better than the first iteration because all the time you just got drones the whole time and it was kind of annoying. So I'm walking down here, as you can see. I'm just kind of looking around, just wanting to see what exactly is going on. I paused the game to kind of look at the map, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go back to my hideout so I can save the game, go to the next part, and as I come up to this car, as you can see, I'm looking at the guy on the ground, and I'm thinking, okay, is there any weapons on him? And I look at the other cop, and then I see the guy inside the engine block, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, okay, yeah, definitely Bethesda-inspired gameplay right there. And this is actually a mission that I'm going to be talking very extensively about. But I want you guys to listen to the dialogue of the characters, so that way you guys understand, where the dialogue of the characters are. And then towards the end of the video, again, about 50 minutes in or so, there's going to be some commentary, about 8 minutes or so of commentary about this particular mission. This is a very interesting mission and very messed up. I want to make that perfectly clear. It is a very messed up mission. Even by my standards, I consider this a very messed up mission in Cyberpunk 2077. But in a way, it's kind of cool. I appreciate what the developers were trying to do with this. And it is going to cause some controversy if it hasn't already, which I haven't seen too many people talk about this particular mission. So, again, I encourage you to watch this. There's going to be no commentary for probably about another 15 minutes or so. When the video gets to about 50 minutes in, that's when I'm going to, start talking about this particular mission and go from there. Now, I will kind of pause because I think the dialogue is important for the game. So I want you guys to be able to understand the dialogue and where the characters are and things like that, and what this guy did and all that kind of stuff, and why I think this is one of the best missions in the game, even though it's weird and it's really disturbing to a point. It's still one of the coolest missions that I think is in the game that you really need to, try to find if you pick up the game, because it is just a lot of fun. And it is unique. It is very unique for a video game in terms of mission and quest lines. So enjoy the uncommentary until we get to about 50 minutes into the video. So thank you again so much for watching and listening to my commentary. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Please, sit down. Can I offer you anything? A drink?
A glass of water.
Please. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, one God. Amen.
Zuleika is the sister of the man I killed. She wrote me letters while I was doing time. That is how we two were united. Through forgiveness.
You're the reason Joshua found redemption.
It was her letter that started everything.
I lost a brother. God gave me another.
It's not every day you run into a true believer in Night City.
It was Providence that brought you under my roof. We met because of him.
Tell me, V, do you believe in God?
Sure, I believe.
Zuleika and I have a running dispute. I was thinking you could help us resolve it.
No. I never agreed to anything like this.
I'm all ears.
Joshua, he thinks he's the Messiah and wants to end his own life.
That is not true. I never said I was any sort of Messiah.
Suicide? Do you really think that's what the Lord could ever want from you?
It won't be suicide.
I still don't get what's happening here, Zuleika.
When they put Joshua away, the scream sheets devoted space to him on page 5. But when they discovered he'd found God, suddenly he was on primetime TV.
What's wrong with using a platform to tell people about my faith and God's grace?
We are way past that, Joshua. Instead of being executed in prison, he agreed to let brain-down studio vultures record his agony as he's being crucified.
Thrusters were deactivated by sudden EMP discharge.
Why the brain dance? What's in it for you?
Zuleika transformed me into a child of God. It's time I repaid that debt. I want to bear witness to love's existence in a manner that all the lost souls on this wretched earth can understand.
Why love?
If unconditional love exists, then so must God. It's time the world was reminded of His divine presence. Think of the millions jacked into their feeds like livestock. The children growing up in gang-infested streets. Do they know love? Think of the joy toys on Jig Jig Street. Coked-out corpos in their offices, and murderers who stalk the streets. I want to reach them. I will reach them! And think of paid killers like you, V. Have you known love? Do you know what it is?
Mother's home. Joshua Stevenson, we meet again. And who are you?
My name is V.
Go. You are not welcome here.
Mrs. El Amar, I have come to beg you for forgiveness.
You murdered my son. That is something I can never forgive.
I truly do regret the pain I have caused you.
Out of my house, now! Just go, please. Out, all of you!
We should leave, really.
Please, Mrs. El Amar!
Murderer! It's okay, just go. You took my Reuben from me. My child. My son.
Welcome to
Let's go back to the car.
I'm Jillian Jordan. We begin now with your latest local news.
Just wish I could have talked to Gloria and explained everything. Somehow I thought... I thought she'd find it in her heart to forgive me.
Time to grab a bite to eat.
Who can blame her? It's not easy to forgive your son's murderer.
Stevenson, we all knew how that would end.
If you forgive anyone their sins, they are forgiven. If you do not forgive them, they are not forgiven.
Really aim to spin a virtue of your crucifixion.
Ugh, yes, really.
You'll be kicking up a shitstorm.
Haters gonna hate.
It is something I must do. For if this won't shake the world to its core and wake us from our collective nightmare, then nothing will.
Take Stevenson inside, grab us all a table. Need a word with our stowaway here. Wait up a sec, I want to talk. So, what do you think about our next big BD star?
Seems nice, you know, for a murderer.
Nice. Maybe. But I'd go with completely lost and unhinged. Some people are only nice because they're afraid of getting hurt. Or because their religion tells them to be.
If he's as crazy as you say, why is he so important to you?
Because Stevenson's got a little something that's in short supply, but in very high demand. That little something's called authenticity. And that brain composed entirely of cat shit at this point. He truly believes what he says.
I think he might be more self-possessed than you think.
Look, you're no shrink and neither am I. We're both just out to get paid. Stevenson could be a fat old fucking gold vein for our studio.
And that's my concern because...
You're fucking with his mind, asking probing questions. You're making him doubt, and most importantly, jeopardizing my investment. So I'm prepared to pay you double what he's promised you to quietly walk away.
Don't do it, V.
My answer's no.
Why do I think you don't understand what I'm offering you?
Understand just fine. Let's go inside.
Not bad for a petty merc off the streets.
Grown curious how this'll all end.
In pain and profit, that's how. One's sacred, the other's insane. Though who knows if they aren't congruous concepts. But yeah, I'm curious too. And I've been surprised before.
Got a tough customer with that Vasquez, even for a badge.
He is set in his ways, like so many men.
This brain dance. I'm curious. Tell me more.
Title's the passion. We're speaking to the LCD, of course. But it's gonna revolutionize BD.
How so?
Well, Stevenson's furlough is only so long. We can only scroll the last bit with him. But we'll fill in the run-up to the finale with BD doubles and Emobank assets. It'll feel like Stevenson, though.
How's that even possible?
Give me a break. We're part of EBM. Infinite investment in tech. Couple of years and we won't be using actors anymore. I dream of the day.
So why Josh? Sounds like you don't even need him now.
The son of man's agony. You can't weave it strictly out of digital threads just yet.
And you? Get any say in all this?
We forced the writers to go with the Christian gospel according to Luke. They'd originally opted for John.
Guess that's, important for...
John's version is crude and over the top. The Gospel of Luke speaks more to my sensibility. Besides, Luke's Christ is prepared for what awaits him. I want the world to understand that. Feel it.
70% real blood-dripping meat. Slaughterhouse!
What does he want to convey exactly?
That Christ was merciful and continues to die for the world's sins.
Chatter's pointless. That's enough. Stevenson can't be distracted. He has to focus now.
Eyewitness accounts tell us 7 million of the thing went down on
Relax, Rachel.
Yes, why, I don't know anything about you. How do you spend your leisure time? What do you do to unwind?
None of your fucking business.
I mean it as a serious question.
I meditate.
Great to have an outlet. Something to give you peace of mind.
True peace of mind can only come through the spirit of divine grace.
Know what your problem is, all of you? You refuse to understand that spirituality can only ever be personal. And why the fuck are you here anyway? For the free meal?
I'll tell you exactly why.
No, I don't give the slimmest shit what you have to say. Ugh, all this talk about grace and salvation and transformation. I could puke. Take it from a beady producer? Religion's an elaborate lie. All of them.
But, Rachel...
No, we're done for the day. Finish your meal, we'll put you up at the studio. And you, get lost. I'll get your fee soon.
Goodbye, V. I am truly glad to have met you.
Props. Really well played.
What do you make of it all?
Guy just might be the biggest nut job I've ever
Follow
seen.
your instincts!
But it's still corporate exploitation.
It doesn't matter. As long as he's a better man than he used to be.
We could talk in circles, but who cares what we think? What would it change? Corpse will continue to grow rich off his type, and the masses will live on with their pipe dreams.
Hang on, where's Rebel Johnny? Seem to have lost him.
Well, I found him. He's inside that guy. He's the real rebel.
Make up your mind, which is it? Nut job or side?
He's fucked in the head. The world's fucked in the head. And you're fucked in the head because my fucked up head is inside it. Guess if you want to save the world, that's the first step. Get fucked in the head.
What do you think? God exists?
Fuck, kill me, please.
Come on, serious question.
What? Why? So you flatlined, then got your beat back. Don't tell me that's left you wondering if a construct
The truth is, I died and rose again. Plain and simple.
So what was that? What's it make you? A sign of the Phoenix or a fact we restored early modern arts?
Thought you looked more, I don't know, professional?
Nothing's missing.
Whatever. Get in.
Don't worry, Olga, we'll fix this. Trust me. We'll be on schedule. Help's on the way. Finally. We're late. Stevenson's been asking for you all day. He's in his dressing room. Go talk to him.
You wanted to see me?
I wanted you by my side when my soul departs this world. I have no friends, no family, only strangers as my company.
Still, set on scrolling this brain dance?
I am more determined than ever.
It's crazy what you plan to do. Gonna kill yourself while the studio will reap profits long after you're gone.
It's too late. I can't not do it anymore. I am so afraid. Will you pray with me? A prayer of your choice.
Fine. Sure. Give her a vital breath of power and vigor. He whose commandments all the gods acknowledge. The Lord of Death, whose shade is life immortal. What god shall we adore with our oblation? Ne'er may he harm us, who is earth's begetter, nor he whose laws are sure, the heaven's creator. He who brought forth the great and lucid waters. What god shall we adore with our oblation?
Time to start. Let's go.
I truly hope Zuleika is praying for me now. Will you stay with me? To the end, I would like you to wield the hammer. Nail me to the cross.
All right, Joshua. I'll do it.
Thank you.
All right, so recording the
Let's do
last
this.
portion of the
You're gonna have to say
commentary
some
of
lines,
this
a few.
review
We'll put
of
them up on the prompter
Cyberpunk
for you.
2077 for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. This is a mission where literally you crucify this former prisoner, and you literally do that in the game. And I'm going to not talk the whole time during the commentary, but I just thought this was so well done. It's creepy, it's interesting, it's unique, and I don't think I remember a video game ever taking the liberty that Cyberpunk 2077 has done. And I'm going to, from this point on, stop talking and let you guys enjoy the dialogue.
Do you not fear God? You stand condemned under the same sentence.
Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
We are punished justly, for we receive what our deeds deserve. But this man has done no wrong. Remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Truly, I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise.
Okay, so now, returning to the commentary. As you guys can see, this particular mission is brutal, okay? Because a crucifixion, from historical standpoint, was brutal, okay? It was so brutal that most people that received a crucifixion did not survive more than an hour. Okay, that's a historical fact. Most people died within an hour of it happening. Okay, there were some exceptions. Some people lived a day, other people lived 2 days, but the majority of people that got a crucifixion, depending on where they got hit with the nail, ended up dying within an hour. And then there were some that didn't even survive that. There were many, according to history, that only survived like 30 minutes. So this mission is brutal when it comes to the accuracy of a crucifixion. And watching this whole thing makes you think about religion in a completely different way. And from that perspective,
my hardest gig,
I give Cyberpunk 2077 serious props, because a video game that takes that extreme to show humanity, how people interact, and why people are so interested in watching others suffering. It is so mind-boggling.
That's not up to me.
And it's done so well that you generally feel sorry for this gentleman that just ended up getting killed for this mission. And for that, I give Cyberpunk 2077 the highest recommendation just for this mission alone. Because this mission was so good and so well put together, I generally felt remorse after I was playing the game. I actually literally had to take a 15-minute, 20-minute break from the game because I felt remorse for what I did, and I was half tempted to go back and play a different save. So again, I recommend it. Go pick it up if you can get it for $20. It's totally worth it, and thank you so much for watching my review.